Hello, everybody, and welcome to round 4 of the 2022 DTM season here at Dijon. My name is, as you can imagine, Dennis Graf, and alongside me today is a man who already did commentary today in his series. It's Miran FG. So, hello, Miran, how are you doing?
Yes, hello, Dennis. It is fantastic to be back for the GP4 OC. Lovely to be back doing commentary, and it is great to be alongside you for 62 laps around Dijon-Prenois. This should be a very, very exciting race indeed.
Yeah, it should be very exciting indeed. We will go to the grid soon, but before that, I think some may have heard it already before I want to start the race. On Thursday night, something very terrible had happened in my hometown. So to show a little respect due to the shooting that happened in my hometown, I would like to do a minute of silence with everybody. So which would be very great. Yeah. To show that respect to the 7 people who got killed, unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah. Now the minute of silence will take place. So yeah, that was, I think, I mean, I didn't look at the time, but anyway, thank you everybody for joining me. So yeah, but now let's get back to the action here of DTM. And here we have the grid, so usually we do it 4x4.
Yeah.
So well done, here's the grid. So Gabriel Quintino will start from pole here, playing with at the 62 lap race with Maxim Titkov, who won, of course, last season here. Will start from second. Blake Moore will start from third on the grid. Man who, of course, announced his retirement for after Silverstone, which is next race. And Ian Cabana will start from P4 on the grid.
Yeah, in P5 it will be Robinho Gonzalez, followed by Will Neller for Mercedes AMG Motorsport Team Britain. Then in P7 it will be Xavier Wee for Audi Sport Team Phoenix, and then Max Skillen will be taking P8.
In P9 on the grid we have some fact. Josh Sings, of course, had that misery what happened at Mugello. I think he put it away. He will start from 10th on the grid. Michael Clark will start from P11. Dennis Graf, currently second in the championship, will start from P12.
Yeah, Mohammed Usman Hamid will be in P13, followed by Daniel Fraser in P14, as it will be Victor Bobo in P15, the other Team Phoenix car. And then Will Parrish will take P16.
In 17th on the grid, we have TJ Papiro. Championship leader Juho Soponen will only start from P18. Roland Botian will start from 19th on the grid with Frank Gama right outside in 20th and on the final row of the grid.
Yeah, Jay McKenzie will take P21, and rounding off the grid, it will be Mateusz Turwik in the Audi Sport Team Rosberg.
Yep, indeed. So that's the grid. Now let's check the weather for this race. Oh, that's interesting. We could see some light rain at the end. I don't think it will be a big impact. I think it was actually the same as in Mugello last time out. So yeah, let's go to the race. Hopefully it will be a good one.
Yes, indeed. Rain towards the, I guess it was the middle of the race. Could affect
More
things
like
a little. Yeah, still could affect a lot of things heading into the later end of the session, but we will see what happens as we're now here on the grid.
yep. It's a great 62 lap. Adult drivers the longest lap amount and the calendars. We have now 4 lights and 5 lights on. And we are racing here at Dijon to put getaway for Trentino, but not good enough because Titkov is already through. Maxi Titkov got an amazing start, and so he has taken the lead going to turn 1. But Trentino trying to find out the big crash. Is I think that's Graf out of the race, and yes, that is Graf second. Championship won't be for long because he has been taken out of this race on turn 1.
Yeah, it's a big shame for Dennis Graf, but Maxim Titkov taking the race lead into turn number 1, I have to say. He got a very, very good getaway, but big shame for Dennis Graf. We're going to see what happened here now.
Yeah, he is, I think he just got...
Ooh.
Yeah, he just completely hit from behind, but I think it was Will Parrish. Yeah, there we go. Will Parrish takes out the German and of course has to pit for fixing his damage. I think Fraser had some good start. Oh, there was more contact with Sopanen. Yeah, Sopanen lucky to avoid any damage. Funny enough, the top 2 in the standings have been hit by Parrish on the first lap, but we got Coutinho in the meantime has retaken the lead. And see by the cameras, and Blake Moore will take second. There he goes through. Oh, that should be a 5-second time penalty for Campana because overtaken on the yellow flags.
Yeah, that is a bit of a shame for Campana, but I guess that is what happens when you overtake under yellows. Now we're going to see a replay here. I believe this was Moore's overtake on Titkov into turn number 1. Was this under yellows?
Yeah, that was clearly on the yellows here. Yeah, Campana will get 5 seconds. But I think for Moore, he just got away with it. Gillen, I think, made the move also in time.
Yeah, quite possibly we could have a few penalties dished out.
I think it would be better to take a look in the steering wheel, with the steering wheel, so you can see the yellow lights flashing. That's very close for many cars here.
It is quite hard to judge when you're in a situation like this, but I guess the situation will be dealt with eventually as we now head back to the racing.
Yep, Campana, who got 4th, but also penalty, tried to make his way to the front. I think a penalty, if it's not that big, could make a difference, but not such if you have the pace. Parrish now exits pits. Goes in 21st. And Campana is sending it. Oh no! Don't tell me.
I think that he's not completed the move just yet. I think that was after yellows, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't.
I'm not exactly sure. No, it was after. So now he learned his lesson, but it was very risky.
Yes, indeed. It is a shame for Campana now that he's up in third, because I guess provisionally he is off the podium. Either way, I guess this is not how he wanted his first points this season to go. As is that someone off? That's Juho Sopanen. That's the championship
Sopanen.
leader.
Yep, he just made the mistake. Yes, oh, and he spun it. He's now dropped down to 20th.
Yeah, that's quite a shame for Juho Sopanen. This is really not how he wants his opening laps to go, especially now that he is in the lead of the championship. But this will spice up things, especially considering that the top two in the championship are out of the points. Dennis Graf with the DNF. So I think this is going to be the advantage for Maxim Titkov to try and take the lead of the championship, especially now that he is in the points.
Yeah, of course. This will be a lot of changing positions in the championship, but it's of course still lap 4 of 62. So Titkov goes through. Now the yellow flags are gone. And Gonzalez trying to fight here for P4, and he's got it.
Yeah, nice move from Gonzalez, the man who scored a podium last time out at Mugello. Will be wanting to make a repeat of that and finish on the podium here at Dijon as well. But he's going to have to get past Maxim Titkov first, obviously.
Yeah, Gonzalez, of course, who finished third last time out at Mugello, was on a good form. At the moment, actually, have to check where he is in the standings.
Gonzalez is 5th in the championship standings. He's tied on 4th with Hamid.
That's the thing. But now he will try to go to 3rd in this race. But what I'm just seeing, he is on a light fuel load, much lighter than the guys around him. So that could maybe be the reason he could maybe on the 2-stop strategy. Just notice that on the fuel load. Yep.
Yeah, we'll see if Gonzalez's strategy will benefit him in the end. I would assume that there's going to be a few people who are going to try interesting things around here, especially considering that tire wear I think is going to be quite the issue around here. As look a bit further up the field, Max Skillen will want to be the next person to get past Maxim Titkov. He gets a very good run at the final corner, and he is going to go up and alongside the Russian heading into turn number 1. Will he be able to get past before the corner? He does, yes. But Titkov's going to retaliate to the inside line to try and defend his position, but heading through turn number 1, Skillen's going to have to go on the defensive now, and there's not a lot Titkov can do to defend his position, and thus Skillen will be up to 4th. Nice stuff.
Yeah, that's very nice stuff from Skillen, who of course last time out has had one of the weirdest, I would say, not crashes but glitches, and he got thrown out of the track because he wanted to park his car with the failure, but I mean, it was so fun in the 20th. I was about to say last, but of course Parrish still behind him. Now Gonzalez, is he close enough to make a move? In second place and more, but of course now Clark is sending it for an attack on Campana here. And he goes through up into 6th.
Yep, nice and easy stuff into turn number 1 for Campana. As we're looking at Rubinho Gonzalez, he's chasing down Moore in 2nd, who himself isn't really able to close down to the gap on the leader, Gabriel Quintino. So I think we could have another position gain for the Spaniard, quite possibly.
Yep, indeed. There, of course, now the two teammates of Quintino and Gonzalez are 1st and 3rd. So for them, that's a great start to this race. Now, Gonzalez has the slipstream as Parrish sets the fastest lap, 102.8. So here comes Gonzalez on the inside of Moore. Will he take second place here? Yes, he does. Also, Clark goes through. And Nella fights against Bobo and Mackenzie against Papiro here. Maria Gonzalez up into second.
Yeah, good stuff from Gonzalez then. A lot of battles up and down the field at the moment. It'll be interesting to see how, or if Gonzalez will be able to make a push for the race lead against Quintino, who does have quite a sizable gap over the rest of the field at the moment.
Yeah, that's true. So here, I think Gonzalez is trying to, of course, cut the gap down a bit, but Quintino so far has everything under control. Gap's 1.3 seconds. But of course, with the nature of the short track, everyone is still very, very close to each other. So one mistake could throw you to the back of the pack. Mortian, 18th Gamba, once again having not a great start to the race.
It'll be interesting to see. Blake Moore is still able to keep on to the back of Gonzalez for second. So I'm wondering if the Scotsman will be not as lenient to try and have his position ceded here. So he could maybe try and make a counter-attack in the coming lap.
Yeah, maybe. But let's see, of course, how the gap grown bigger. You can see, but I think Gonzalez isn't able to catch up to Coutinho at the present moment, but Mackenzie against Nella here, that's a spicy battle. The 14th, the two former top class champions. Down inside goes Mackenzie. Up into 14th, the Polish driver goes.
Yeah, good stuff from Mackenzie. Lots of history and respect between the two, so I wouldn't assume that they'd fight each other too much. But yeah, nice battle.
Yeah, short but nice indeed. Yeah, said earlier, the gap in front being stable. Skillen is also not that far off. You can see gap 7.5 tenths.
Yeah, it could be interesting to see if Skillen can get involved. At the moment, I have to say, both of the Mercedes AMG Team Scotland cars are doing really, really well for themselves. As here we're gonna see, I believe this is Ibobo onto Fraser, that is, as the two Brits are gonna go side by side into turn number 1. Ibobo on the inside gets it down before the corner, and he is gonna be ahead. Mateusz Turwik does much of the same onto TJ Papiro, and he will be through and up into 16th.
Yep, so lots of overtakes. The back of the pack as now Gonzalez is within 1 second to Quintino. Gap is shrinking little by little here. But yeah, of course Gonzalez has the lighter car. And I would think it will be an advantage for Quintino at the moment. Last season in Formula 2 we had, I think, someone who tried to do two-stop and it failed completely. So Skillen, with the help of Slipstream, goes into third, goes past his teammate Blake Moore. Skillen also set the fastest lap of this race. Now Fraser trying to retake the place from Ibobo, which he does. Ditkov also passed, Turwik also passed Nella.
Yeah, good stuff from Max Dillon there, who's got himself up into third. He could challenge the likes of Gonzalez and even Quintino if he keeps up this pace, but I wonder how much fuel he is on at the moment. I think he might be trying a similar strategy to Gonzalez.
Yeah, maybe. They're more, but now we'll try to retake this third place, which he lost as Parrish. Once again, sets the fastest lap, of course, with the freshest tires, but with a lot of gap to everybody. Moore is retaking third here, and he goes down inside and retakes third. But also Clark is approaching this fight as Ibobo now once again goes past Fraser here, and Sopanen overtakes Franco Gamba, but Gamba he doesn't want to be passed and retakes 19th here. Or was it 18? No, wait, it was 19. Oh no, he made a mistake.
Was that a mistake from Gamba?
Oh,
That's contact. And that's going to be Gamba without a rear wing. And has turned the world champions day from bad to worse.
Yeah, he made a mistake. Yeah, he just completely rear-ended by Sopanen here. Yeah, nothing Sopanen could have done. Gamba tried to make it back on track after the mistake, but both now have damage and have to pit for replacement parts of their cars.
Yeah, it is a shame for both of the parties involved, but unfortunately I will have to pin the blame on Franco Gamba. If anything, as here goes Rubinho Gonzalez then on the race lead on Gabriel Quintino heading into turn number 1. He's got a very decent type of slipstream and he gets into the lead just like that.
Yep. Gonzalez now in the lead of this race. As mentioned, also McKenzie is making a move on Fraser for 13th. Yeah, now that's the lead. Changing is now Sopanen and Gamba will come in for repairs. Their races, if they haven't been completely finished, are now completely wrecked.
We will see. There is still quite a long race to... well, there's still quite a long race ahead of us, so as I do always say, anything can and will still happen.
Yeah, also Quintino is very, very close once again to the back of Gonzalez. That's all playing into his hands, because if he can manage to hold up Gonzalez, who of course is on a different strategy, which isn't that smart, I think, because they're teammates. Now Sopanen just rejoins the head of Titkov and Gamba. John also back in the back of Fraser, got overtaken by Turvik here. Quintino back at the front for now at least.
Yeah.
Yellow flag. What's happened?
Oh, Gamba.
Around.
And yeah, this really isn't the day for the Italian.
Yeah, at this point he could park the car. I think it was exactly the same mistake he did on a previous lap, but this time he spun.
I presume the tires are cold for Franco, but here's Josh Things getting very, very lucky there.
Yes, Blake said it, the pain is real for Gamba. That's very terrible race at this present moment.
Yeah,
for the current top class champion.
Franco just isn't enjoying himself right now, but one man who is Rubinho Gonzalez, as he is going to attack Quintino for the race lead once again, heading into turn 1. They're just about wheel to wheel through the first corner then. Gonzalez has the inside, and he will retake the lead.
Yeah, indeed. As now Fact overtakes things. Of course, these two have been rumored to have a great rivalry in the season so far. It continues. Now Fact takes the place. Now I think Quintino has to pace himself for current P2. As Gonzalez now pulling away a bit so far it's, I think, a bit more, I would say, what's the right word? Oh, there's a lockup for Papio.
Yeah, that could allow cars by to get a bit closer as we look at this little midfield pack at the moment. Campana is gonna try to get himself ahead of well, that's Juho Sopanen, so he's only lapping the Finn as things and is that some fucked? Yes, it is. As the two will go side by side into turn number 1. As you said, Dennis, their rivalry continues as Josh Things disposes of some fucked into turn number 1.
Yep, and Nella also got the move done onto Papio. So the gap between these two is also very close. I was actually expecting Gonzalez to have a bigger lead at this stage already, but Quintino is holding on to the fight, which is great to see. So I expect another lead change here.
Yeah, we're gonna see it once again as Quintino is gonna try and retake his race lead away from Rubinho Gonzalez as the two teammates will swap positions once again. And it is gonna be Gabriel Quintino who does retake the race lead into turn number 1.
Yeah, so far a very entertaining fight for the lead. It's now Fact against Things. This time round 3 and Fact retakes the place once again. See Bobo now goes up into 11, going past Hamid. So Papio into 16. Once again Amotyan on the inside of Nella will take the place. Yes, he does.
Yeah, good stuff from Motjan then, as he's gonna try to go into Bapiro on the outside line there. Pretty opportunistic move from the Hungarian as he actually does get past. Yeah, very, very nice stuff from Roland Motjan.
Yeah, that was great stuff from him, taking 2 spots in about only a couple of corners. But here the pressure once again is on as we expect another lead change between Gonzalez and Quintino. Gonzalez already on the straight, going past his teammate. Yeah, Gonzalez once again back in the lead. I think this is already the 5th time they swapped leadership in this race. So Things once again.
Yeah, these two will go side by side, and it is gonna be Josh Things who do get past some fucked. Great battle they're having, and same will be said for the race lead. I mean, I wouldn't say we are complaining exactly for this lead battle. It's always great to see 2 drivers going at it for the race lead.
Yeah, but I think now actually Gonzalez has put a bit of a gap here to stay in front. But of course he will have to fit in the next couple of laps. I expect. Actually, he could even pit next lap, as a matter of fact. Gonzalez got the blue flags. Yeah, Gonzalez will pit at the end of his lap. So if he doesn't go for a monster stint, he will make 2 stops.
Yeah, as Campana is gonna get past Sopanen once again. Juho Sopanen, I have to say, he's been quite adamant on unlapping himself from Campana, and I'm pretty sure the American isn't too happy with how the championship leader is doing at the moment.
Yeah, that actually reminds me of the first race at Hockenheim where Max Gillen basically just did the same. Because he had the fresher tires, of course. But anyway, as now Parrish once again coming into the pit. You mean 2-stopper? Yeah, maybe. Oh, I think Quintino got held up there at the pit entry there, as we've seen a lot of time in qualifying yesterday. That now allows Blackmore to close up the gap rapidly. Now Parrish is pitting again and will actually make a 3-stop in this race. Unplanned, but still 3-stop.
So, as we're gonna see, yeah, there's Things and Fucked going side by side again. Was that a lockup from someone?
Yeah, that was definitely a lockup from somebody. It's no Parrish. rejoins 20th, and Gonzalez actually rejoins in 18th.
He should be in free air, so that is still pretty good. He's not gone out in traffic.
Yeah, he will now have to push like hell, because as Flo said, he could be the only proper two-stopper in this Grand Prix.
Yeah, it'll be really... Oh, sorry, but it'll be really interesting to see if Gonzalez is going to be able to pull this off. As Flo said, if he could be the only two-stopper in this race, I'd say it's either make or break for the Spaniard, if the strategy is going to work or not.
Yeah, indeed. Now, Fact is once again doing what he's doing the most in these last couple of laps. He's once again overtaking. Those things is about the 7th time they have overtaken each other this race. I think, but now Fact has put a bit of an advantage here.
Yeah, good battle between the two. More though, as you said, is catching Quintino, so we could have not only him but Skillen in third try and pressure Quintino for the provisional race lead.
As we now look at Roland Mottian, who currently has also not a very great start to the season, which has to be said, unfortunately. Then now Clark currently 4th, Titkoff has been currently 5th as now. Turwick is overtaking things here, so that puts the yo-yoing with overtaking between things and Fact to an end, for now at least.
Yeah, we'll see if Turvik's gonna be able to get past. I believe was it Josh Things he got past. No, it's some Fucked. And we'll see if Turvik will be able to get past him. As look at the field, there's Gonzalez in 18th. Albeit he is very, very far behind everyone else. He actually doesn't seem to be any faster than Gabriel Quintino at the moment. So the doubts may start to creep in for the Spaniard if the strategy is actually going to work for him.
Yeah, I currently have some doubts about that, because now he has the fresher tires in comparison to everybody else. But of course he will have the freshest tires at the end of this race. Now Turwick, who made a little bit of a mistake by trying to pass Fact here. Now Mackenzie is trying to make an overtake on Josh Things. Will it work? No.
Yeah, good defending from Josh Things there up ahead. Defending from Jay McKenzie. McKenzie might have to worry about Victor Ibobo there behind, who's closed into this battle.
It seems like Fact is currently holding up this train of cars a little bit. With at least 7 cars. This the battle. Well, I don't even know which place this is at the moment.
Or no, 8th.
Yeah, it's for 1 point. Yeah, that will be very interesting. But now Turwick gets a great exit off the corner and will take P8 with ease. Away from the German, who's the only car in this race whose team has only have 1 driver left. This race got retired on lap 1. Yeah, Mackenzie made also the move on Things. Also Ibobo.
Yeah, they were 3 wide there.
Yeah, that was very interesting. Now Mackenzie was about to make a look, but he pulled back.
Yeah, it's a good thing Ibobo backs out of that move. Otherwise, I think it would have just been a classic case of 3 into 1 doesn't go. But looking back at the race lead then, Blake Moore is hunting down Gabriel Quintino, but I feel like the gap hasn't really increased or decreased since the last time we saw. Might have decreased actually, considering he's under a second to Quintino in the lead.
I think Quintino is putting a bit of gap, because I saw at one stage a gap being below half a second. Then now Papio against Nella again. Will he take the place? Yes, he does. Also, Hamid got past things somewhere. I think it was also turn 1.
Pit at the end of this lap.
As we have a pit call for Bobo, that is. Also, we are coming close to the half of the race, which means pit stop time.
Yeah, now this is gonna get interesting. We talked about the different strategies. I believe it is only
Gillen is in.
yeah, and Clark is in as well, but it is only Gonzalez on a 2-stop, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, indeed. That is
As I
true
think
fact.
some fuck got past. Who was that? I think it was Mackenzie who got held up by someone coming into the pit lane.
Yeah, of course, this pit entry, if you have someone pitting it, you have some hold-ups. Speaking of hold-ups, Gillen got hold up there, I think, by someone coming into the pit lane. So, everybody else is pitting. We had the pit call just for the lap. Bobo. Yeah, Bobo had a 7-second stop. So, is someone else in front having a pit call? Yeah, there was a pit call. I think it was for Jay McKenzie. So, a lot of pit stop action going on in this phase of the race. Yes, that McKenzie is coming in. Yep, into pits he comes. And I think the top 2 actually will pit at the end of this lap. So Quintino and Moore, who I guess will be the 2 who will fight for the winners. Martin got past Fraser. Papio got past Nella.
It's interesting that the top 2 will be pitting at the same lap. I would expect Moore in second to at least try either an under or overcut. I wouldn't really expect him to do the same strategy as Quintino ahead.
Yep. And look at that heavy fuel on Mackenzie's car, and also for things. Because now Gonzalez will have the lightest car of everybody except for, I think, Parrish. But now, as said, the top 2 are coming in. Blakemore and Gabriel Quintino. Now will be interesting to see which pit crew will be the faster one.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting to see, as we do know only a few tenths could be the difference between a good and bad pit stop here.
Yep, and that was definitely a better pit stop for Quintino. That's
way better.
1.1 seconds. That's not even a contest here. So Blakemore rejoins the track in 11th. There's Gonzalez. He's just in front of Quintino here. That's definitely playing into Quintino's cards at the moment.
Yeah, I really don't think the 2-stop was the right call for Gonzalez here.
Yeah, it's like in the last season's F2 race where I think it was Henry Watzel who did the 2-stop strategy. So you have 2 more pit calls. One is for Roland Motjen, the other is for... actually I have no idea at the moment. The other is for... Let's see. As Motjen comes in the pits, of course it's for Will Nella. No, they go into that slow chicane to the pits. So Motjen is approaching his pit box. So the marks. Of course he will go to the end. Yeah, 6.4 seconds.
Yeah, that is a pretty good stop for Roland Motjan, but we'll see where it ends up as a result. As there is Jay McKenzie.
He
not
just comes
quite
out in
getting ahead.
front
Yeah,
of Jay McKenzie here. Snella is ahead of things. So I think the overcut is actually very, very strong here.
yeah. I mean, it would make sense considering even though your tires might be a bit more worn towards the end of your stint, you're gonna be on lighter fuel loads for longer compared to the people who pit earlier.
So that's definitely a big master stroke to give your car the heaviest fuel load in the first stint, so you can regain something at the end of that stint, as Fraser is now hitting his marks. 35 laps of fuel. He will of course go to the end without any problem in 6.8 seconds. Yeah, now Campana will come in to the pits. So Hamid is trying to make the move to dodge things, but doesn't make it at the moment, but he keeps on attacking, but stays behind.
Yeah, good defense from Josh Things there, but Hamid was just not able to. He just wasn't able to get close enough. As we now look at Campana, who was fourth on track coming into the pit lane.
Yeah, indeed. Now fact is also pitting. We'll be interesting to see where they will join. Oh, who's at it? Right, it's Skillen. I think that's Skillen. Campana's ahead of Skillen. Also ahead of Clark. There was a monstrous undercut from the overcut. I mean, from Team Campana. Also fact, we joined that of Derwick. Now Titkoff is coming into the pits. As will we and Papiro, who are the only ones left without a pit stop. That was Sopanen going through, I guess. Where will they rejoin? They have the advantage of the overcut. Sitkov will go to his pit box, getting enough fuel to go to the end on lap 33, as we of course now past half time in this race.
Yeah, so majority of the stops done then.
Titkoff is ahead of more.
Oh yeah, look at that. So Blake Moore, who I believe, did Titkoff go longer?
Yeah, Titkoff got much longer on the first stint. As I said earlier, the overcut is absolutely OP on this track with these cars. The Gonzalez has a 4-second lead at the moment over Quintino, but one stop left. Titkoff is in third, Moore in fourth.
I mean, it would make sense, as I did previously state, that the overcut would be the
indeed.
superior strategy.
Yeah, on some tracks the undercut was better, on some the overcut. Like here, but here it's actually insane how big the advantage is.
Yeah, it is. It is quite weird, but then again, this is quite quite an unusual track compared to a few others in the DTM calendar.
Yeah, it's of course the shortest track on the DTM calendar. I think. Also with the longest amount of laps, with 62. Yeah. Or is now pushing to close the gap to Titkoff in the. I'd say currently it's a battle for third, but it will be the battle for second, as we expect Gonzalez to pit in next I would say 6 or 7 laps.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see, but I guess everyone in the top 5 has made their stops. Is there anyone who hasn't pitted?
I think everybody has pitted. At least one Sopanen will make his second stop. Of course, after suffering damage early on with the contact with Franco Gamba. Gamba should pit the next couple of laps as well. Same goes for Parrish. So Sopanen is in the pits. Going to his crew. Yeah, stopping on marks, getting enough fuel to go to the end in this time. But I think actually now he will be once again an annoyance to the cars who are a lap ahead of him. Yeah, he joins behind Blake Moore just. So here's Titkoff currently third. This, I think that's been after the pit stop phase, it's a bit of a more relaxed, or much calmed down race in comparison to the beginning, of course.
Yeah, I think the gaps are a bit more spread out now that we've had the pit stops, since everyone's been on at least a bit of varying strategies. Especially see it on a track map, you can see how distanced everyone is compared to how they were before the stops.
Yeah, but that of course can change in no time. As you said, it's not that close to the beginning, but still not also far off each other. There's still a lot of battles coming up in the second half of this race. Gonzalez is actually up on his personal best in the first sector, so now he's pushing to keep the damage a bit smaller. Also up on his personal best by a big margin. Actually almost 3/10. So that actually could be new fastest lap coming for Gonzalez. No, not quite.
I still don't think it is enough for Gonzalez to retain the race lead. I think Quintino's still gonna get it easily.
Yeah, without a doubt. The gap is only 8 seconds. Yeah, as Flo just said, a second quicker. So, yeah, but was someone, I think actually Gonzalez will pit at the end of this lap. I think that was Quintino's pit indicator. And yes, Gonzalez will make his second stop at the end of this lap. So now the interesting phase of the race comes, because how many places can Gonzalez gain till the end of lap 62? Also Gamba's in, just in front of him.
Not to downplay him, but I sometimes do forget Franco Gamba is in this race as a whole, considering how miserable of a race it has been for him right now.
Yeah, that's a sad fact. Indeed. Speaking of fact, he is now making a move on Matthias Turwick for P8. Now he takes the final point away from the Polish driver, Slow Ibobo. He's also making a move. Gonzalez rejoins in P16, so that's a huge mountain to climb for him to take some points.
He is gonna have a lot to do, but with a lighter fuel load, he will obviously be faster than basically everyone on track. But with 23 laps to go, I'm not really sure if he's gonna be able to get it. I don't think the top 3 is attainable for the Spaniard.
Yeah, unfortunately, not really. The gap is, I think, too big. He will, of course, will have some advantage at the end of the race, but let's be honest, the 2-stop is on the track something for the trash can.
Yeah. It's not really the most desirable strategy around Dijon-Prenois. TJ Papiro is going to go to the inside line of Victor Ibobo, as the two Brits will duel heading into turn number 1. Ibobo defends round the outside, as Papiro is still going to try to hang on onto the overtake, as Flo cuts away. Not nice, Flo. We're going to go back to the battle, and it turns out that Ibobo is victorious.
Yep, indeed. Now I think the battle will resume. Here's a battle emerging for the lead. Quintino against Sitkov. Sitkov, who of course won the first race of the season at Hockenheim. Now Papio is lining up a move the straight. Look at the speed he's having. That was much better exit. The Papio is about to take the 12 here. Track with the speed 323 kilometers an hour, and that's the move done. Hamid is trying to move on things. He gets it done. Gonzalez still in 16.
Yeah. Now, if I am not mistaken, Titkov, who is in second, will take the lead of the championship after Dijon, considering Graf's DNF and Sopanen all the way down in 20th. I'm not sure, but either way, I think Titkov, as the only man in the points in the top 3, I think he will take the championship lead.
Yep, indeed. As the gap is coming down, even so slightly. I think also Papio dropped down to 14. Now is retaking P13 here from Daniel Fraser. This Parrish comes into the pits for the 3rd time this race, and I guess he will even drop down to last, and if not, he will drop down to P20. So into the pits he comes. Gap between the top 2 is now 0.8 of a second. The Sopanen is definitely holding up more here. But what is he doing?
Yeah, that is a bit questionable, as Moore is gonna get past either way.
Yeah, I mean, Sopanen has the fresher tires, but he's a lap down, so he has to accept the blue flags.
Indeed, but well, I guess he is allowed to unlap himself as well, as there goes Gonzalez past Will Neller up into 15, so already 1 position gained for Gonzalez, but the question is it enough?
Yeah, at this point you could even question if he is able to get some points. So, also just remember, the man currently in P5, Leon Campana, will, of course, who has the 5-second time penalty. The present moment he would be down to P6. Some more once again. Just getting pressured by Sopanen, who, as mentioned before, has fresher tires, but is 1 lap down. Sturvik now is on the move. On fact, for P8 once again, the position that he lost earlier, he has now retaken it.
Yeah, good stuff from Some Fucked, and immediately has
You mean Turvik?
yeah, Mateusz. Oh yeah, sorry. But yeah, Turvik, good stuff from him getting past Some Fucked. Sorry, my brain got it all mixed up there.
Good. Wait, actually, didn't Turvik start from last in this race? I'm not that sure. I think he did. Yeah, that's an impressive comeback. After all,
Oh yeah, wow. 14 positions gained. That is very, very impressive for Mateusz Turvik.
Yeah. Now we is ahead of Sopanen on track position. So fact, he's trying to repass Turvik for the final point spot. Yeah, there's two great battles going on. What's actually the gap between the top two? Quintino, I think, is keeping the gap quite stable. Here it's now 1.1, almost 1.2 seconds. So he managed to gain some time again.
Yeah, it is interesting, but I have to say, unless something happens here, I think Quintino is gonna be the clear winner of this race. But you never know what can happen in these last 15 laps.
Yeah, that's of course the big mystery of racing. You don't know what's happening next, which makes this so exciting. So now Turvik once again against Fact. Fact defends quite well and stays in P8 for now at least.
Yeah, good stuff as we look at Maxim Titkov once again. Just isn't able to close down that gap on Quintino. I have to say, the Brazilian has looked so good on pace today.
Yeah, indeed. This Titkov now regaining some time on Quintino. The gap under second once again. More is a further 4 seconds away. There was in the background. Okampana is putting a lap on Sopanen.
Yeah, that is Campana, who I think got past. Who is that? Sopanen. Not for position, obviously, but just on track. I have to say, Sopanen has been throwing a massive spanner in the works for Campana today, as there's Fraser fending off TJ Bapiro, shuts the door on him into turn number 1. So Daniel Fraser not letting his position go to his fellow British compatriot in the silver file Mercedes, TJ Bapiro. Is going to have to stay in 14th at the moment, I do believe it is.
Yeah. I think it's P13, but that was some aggressive defending by Daniel Fraser in a place which isn't even enough for at least a point. But he's defending like it is. It would be a point. So yeah, the people will have a second shot here in the start-finish straight.
See if he's going to be able to get it done. That as they go side by side down the start-finish straight, it's going to be Bapiro on the inside line. Fraser won't be able to block him this time, as through turn 1 they will go. TJ Bapiro finally gets moved on Daniel Fraser.
Yeah, indeed. Also now behind those two, we have Gonzalez, who, when his team chef definitely shot him in his foot with that terrible two-stop strategy. Of course, the pit lane is also quite long, especially with the pit entry. So that was really a bad decision to make for Gonzalez there. But anyway, let's focus on the fight for the lead, or not. As Fraser and Gonzalez are at it. And I think Fraser will retake 13th from Papiro here. Yes, he does. Up into 13th. Papiro goes. I mean Fraser, sorry.
Yeah. As I think that is Papir running a bit wide. No move at the moment from Gonzalez though. As we'll see what Gonzalez is going to be able to do then. He's obviously the faster car out of these two at the moment, considering he's on a lot less fuel. But yeah, the question remains if he's going to be able to get himself up into the points with 12 laps to go.
Yeah. Actually, the race has gone by quite quickly, has to be said. In these first 50 laps. There's still a bit of action remaining, so we could see a free ride moment. Gonzalez is closing up rapidly, but he has to back off. They had some insane speed. San Papio once again overtakes Fraser, and also Gonzalez overtaking Fraser for 14th.
Yeah, that was really smart from Rubinho Gonzalez. Instead of making the 3 wide, potentially jeopardizing all 3 of the drivers' races, he at the last second decided to follow Papiro through with the move, as he was behind trying to get Fraser's slipstream. So he kind of baited Fraser, and I have to say that's a very, very good move from the Spaniard.
Yeah, indeed. Now, if you've seen, the gap is coming down slowly and slowly between the top 2. Turwick, meanwhile, is retaking P8 from Fact. As a matter of fact, no pun intended. Yeah, now Gonzalez is taking P13 here with ease. Yep, that's the move finally done for him.
Yeah, we'll see if this pace continues. He could maybe get into the top 8. It'll be interesting to see if he's going to be able to pull it off, but as I said previously, I'm not sure that he'll be able to get up to the top 3 again, which is a shame, considering if he had done the 1-stop, I think he would be fighting among the likes of Moore and Titkov at the moment.
Yeah, that's true. Also, maybe he could have had the chance for the win, but let's be honest, his team has thrown it in the bin. So Fact is trying to retake P8 again. I think it's actually the 5th or even 6th time that these two have overtaken each other. It's like things, in fact, in the beginning, Super Pio is lining up a move again, but doesn't make it stick.
Yeah, good defending from Gonzalez, as I wouldn't assume Papiro will be able to try and retaliate on Gonzalez, but yeah, still well done.
Yeah, I think everyone would have expected Gonzalez to be quicker with his fresher tires on the 2-stop, but isn't the case. So basically, if you have a 2-stop here, your race is ruined. As now Turwick once again is trying to make the overtake on Fact. And he goes down the inside once again and takes P8 away. Yeah. Oh, the battle for third also is going on between Blake Moore and Xavier Wee. which now we could see an overtaking attempt from Xavier Wee, the Singaporean here. He's lining up a move. Will he make the move into third? The onside. Now we of course cut away. Did we make the move stick? Yes, he did. Xavier Wee is up into the podium places, which won't be good for Blake Moore, but it's still 9 laps remaining. So everything to play for still.
Yeah, good stuff from Javier Wee, I have to say. We haven't seen much of him this race, and I guess he's just silently climbed up the order, and I guess he's had a very good strategy to get himself into the podium. So good stuff from the Singaporean.
Yeah, indeed. Maybe if he has the pace, he could catch up to these two, but of course it's a very tall order, and also Moore is still right behind Wee. I think Moore will try everything to take the podium spot once again. But this point, I think Wee has more speed on the straight. Yeah, now he's retaking not P3. No, he's not retaking P3, but Parrish is lining up to unlap himself from Clark. Gonzalez will overtake Ibobo here. Yes, that after the pit stop phases, a lot of battles still going on. Gonzalez takes P12 for Ibobo here. Yeah, let's see what's going on in the chat. Yeah. I think also the Contino is actually holding a stable gap. So also will he... No, I was about to say he will take a personal best lap, but he lost some time at the end. So who still has the fastest lap, by the way? Quintino. Okay, that's nice. Of course, he won't get a point, but fastest lap is still nice. For the statistics, as Papiro was off in the final corner here. Made a mistake.
Ooh.
Was lucky to keep it out of the barrier.
Yeah, that is the final corner is quite a dangerous place to go off at, especially considering there's not a lot of runoff there.
And here comes Will Nella, of course, much bigger speed, but I think Papio will keep him ahead. Keep his car ahead of Will Nella here. Yeah, now we still have when the leader goes by on start finish. We will still have 6 laps remaining. Yeah, that was one thing I forgot. The rain.
Yeah, I forgot about it as well.
Yeah.
It's gonna rain towards the later end of the session, and potentially it could maybe throw a spanner in the works for a few drivers here, as a few drivers are better than others in the rain.
Yeah. Of course, I think for the rain to arrive, it's too late. Oh, as you were saying, Flo. And the rain is now here, as you can see on the camera lens. But I don't think it will be enough to put a spanner in the works. But let's see how much it is. So who has more courage, more speed in this conditions? Of course, it's, I think, light rain only, but you have to wait and see. As now Campana is lining up more for pass on track, but of course Campana has that 5-second time penalty. Probably he won't keep that spot in the results at the end, but let's see what will happen. Okay, let's compare up into P4. I think the top 3 on the podium are very much secure, but the big question is who will take the win?
Yeah, this is going to be very, very interesting then, as I think Titkov might start to catch Quintino now.
Yeah, it could be. He's now approaching the back of Quintino. I think the gap is still too big. It's now more wants to repass Campana for 4th here. They go side by side. So we have only 4 laps to go. It's now more on the inside. And he keeps it on track. Blakemore once again up into 4th place. And Gonzalez is only P12.
Yeah, really just hasn't been the race for Rubinho Gonzalez. It is a shame for him, but I wasn't aware that Campana had overtaken more. We must have missed that or something, or at least I don't remember it.
It was the lap before Moore we took his place for his 4th place. But I think Campana will have the final word in this battle. But let's see. So I think the gap is still too big for Titkov, as we have now 3 laps to go. Gap around 7/10. This front block Blakemore is, I think, taking bites out of the gap once again. So yeah, it will be a tense ending to this race with the rain especially, but I said it won't be enough for the rain to make the track really wet. But let's see.
I don't think it's gonna affect the circumstances of the race too much pace-wise, so I think if Quintino just manages to keep these last 2 laps and just bring the car home to the end, I think he'll be able to get the race win.
I mean, also what I just found out in the voice chat, we have a stream also going on with the likes of Ra and Gerk, and of course the God, as we have 2 laps to go in this race. So let's take a look at the graphic with the standings. I think, as I said earlier, Titkov will retake the lead in the standings. But yeah, Quintino is about to take his first win in DTM. He took a few wins in F2. Wait, I mean, did he win a race in F2 GP2? I can't remember.
He did. I believe he got a few race wins last season, if I am not mistaken. Yeah, he won twice in 2021.
Yeah, that's the thing. As we now start the final lap of this race, with Quintino being in front, Titkov, I think, has no answers to that, but he will be happy to retake the championship lead. We and Moore, I think, are safe in 3rd and 4th. And yeah, here's things also making an attack on Hamid, but we're looking at Quintino, who is about to take his first win in DTM. He now goes through the last couple of corners. The rain didn't stop him. He was troubled by his teammate in the beginning, who had the crew stoppage thrown him out of the contention. But I think Titkov is not close enough at the end. And Gabriel Quintino is on the front straight, and he will take his first win in DTM. Congratulations to Gabriel Quintino. He is the winner here at Dijon. Congrats to him. But Maxim Titkov takes second and the championship lead. Xavier Wee takes the podium. Blakemore finally finishes the race in P4. Campana is fifth on the road, but we have to see if he has a big enough gap. Skillen 6, Clark 7, then Gamba comes across the line last. Gonzalez, online P12. The strategy was very bad in the end. There's we have a yellow flag and more, and I think we has collided at the end of this race.
Yeah, that is a bit odd. And
Yep, that was more hit we there, but at least it's after the race, so they won't care about that, to be honest. It's solid points for both of them. The trophy for we as well as now the race is over. Yeah, that was a great race, to be honest.
yeah, it was a very, very good race. I have to say, lots of interesting strategies and a lot of overtakes as well. Congratulations to Gabriel Quintino. I think that was an absolutely fantastic performance from the Brazilian. What a way to claim your first DTM win.
Yes, indeed. Gabriel Quintino wins. Maxim Titkov finishes in second place. Xavier Wee comes across the line in third. Blakemore finally takes his first finish of the season in fourth. Leon Campana finishes on the track in fifth, but he will drop behind Skillen with Campana's 5-second time penalty. So Skillen will be in 5, Campana finishes in 6th. Michael Clark comes across the line in 7th to take 2 points. Matthias Sturwick from last takes 1 great point. And Sam Fact finishes just outside of points in 9th. Ola Motia in P10th. P10 and Jay McKenzie in P11.
Yeah. And then Rubinho Gonzalez will finish in P12 with Victor Ibobo in P13, followed by his fellow countryman Daniel Fraser in P14, and then TJ Papiro in 15th. And then it will be Will Neller in 16th, followed by Josh Things in 17th. Then Mohamed Usman Hamid will take 18th place with Juho Sopanen on lap down in 19th, with Will Parrish in P20, and Franco Gamba taking last place with Dennis Groff, the only DNFer in this race.
Yeah, he got completely T-boned, not T-boned, but completely Fox smashed away from Parrish at the start. And also Quintino takes the fastest lap here now to celebrate the win of Quintino.
I don't think Dennis is here, so I'll just round it off then. Thanks so much for watching the GP4 OC DTM race here at Dijon-Prenois. It's been a very, very good race. I assume we don't do driver of the day for DTM, so I won't go through it. It's just a question to you, Flo.
Well, I think that for me, it's a tough decision to make because of the short track layout and of the amount of laps. But I would say that Mateusz Turek did a really good job today, coming all the way from P22, I think it was, on the grid to, I think it was P8, if I'm correct. Yes, and
Yeah.
I think he would deserve driver of the day.
Yeah. Well, I would also give it to Mateusz Turek. I think from P20 on the grid to claw your way up to get a very, very respectable points finish, I think that is something very difficult to do, and he has done it very well this race, so he will get my drive today. Welcome back, Dennis. We're just talking about drive today, so
my
I'll
Discord
let you
was
run.
just not allowing me to unmute myself for some reason. But yeah, anyway, my driver today, I also think Turek did a great race from last to 8, but my driver today is Gabriel Quintino. He did such a defensive masterclass on Titkov. At the end also had a great battle with Gonzalez. So yeah, it's I think a bit boring to give the winner driver of the day, but for me it is Quintino.
Yes, indeed. So that has been it then for DTM. Thanks so much for watching. Next round of the DTM OC will be at Silverstone in Great Britain for round 5 of the championship show. So make sure not to miss that. Until then,
Yeah.
I have been Miran.
I have been the Graph Remover. We will see you next time for Blake Moore's final OC race. It's DTM for DTM in Silverstone. But also don't forget, on Monday we have World Champ car. I think, or was it FE? Already forgot it already. But anyway, that's video from us. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time. Bye bye.
Goodbye.